I actually got this idea from Poodles, Sam Hammond, who is a UK demonstrator, but I've created it so that it uses an entire piece of cardstock. So we're going to score this at 1 3/4, and you're going to go right along the top here, 1 3/4, 5 inches, 6 3/4, which I have my marker at, and 10 inches. So one more time, 1 3/4, 5 inches, 6 3/4, and 10 inches. Got it? Then you're going to turn it 90 degrees, and we're going to score it at 1 3/4 and 6 3/4. The next thing you're going to do is look at what you have just scored, and you've got a piece down here that has a short, let me turn it this way, piece down here that is shorter than the others. This is 1 3/4, and this is 1 3/4. And you have a square right here, square right here, square right here, and a square right here. You want, in these squares, in these 4 little squares, you want to make some diagonal lines. So you can do that by getting your ruler out. Okay, then you're just going to score it with your scoring tool. Now, if you happen to have the old diagonal plate for the Simply Scored board, it makes it so easy. So you want to go from this corner that way. There we go. So I've got a diagonal line in that corner and a diagonal line in this corner. So it almost looks like it would almost go through, but it's not really lined up. Okay, so diagonal here, diagonal here. Then I'm just going to flip this over and do the same thing. Diagonal here and a diagonal here. Now again, you can do this with a ruler, and it's probably easiest, oh, let me get my, there we go. It's probably easiest if you had something soft underneath you to make those score lines. They don't have to be pretty, and you can see that mine aren't. Put that away for a moment. Now, of course, as I mentioned, you can do that just with a ruler. You want to take on the other end that has this short little edge, we are going to cut off these 2 little rectangle corners. We don't need those. Just right along our score lines. And this is really a simple box. I hope that you follow along so that you can figure that out. Then you're going to also cut in on the score line here. That's the only other place that you're going to cut. Right along that second score line on the side, okay? I do like to kind of just miter my edges here just by cutting a little triangle out of each side. This one I'm going to make a little bit bigger so that the box closes a little easier. Same thing on the other side, so I'm going to miter this corner just a smidge and this one a little bit more. So that's what it looks like. Now we're going to fold along all of our score lines. We want to put some adhesive in the triangles that are closest to the center. So this triangle, this one, and this one. Now here's the magic. Don't try to do anything fancy. Just take off the adhesive on each side and fold it over. Take off the adhesive on this side. If you are a paper crafter and have friends who love to paper craft, please share this video. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm just folding those 2 over. Now look what happens when you fold it like this. It becomes a box. Magic. Magic. And we can fold these 2 in and fold up our box just like this. That's all there is. Those 4 little pieces of tape. I'm going to punch 2 little holes right here on the front flap. 1, 2. And I'm going to take my pencil, just mark those on the other inside so I can see them. I see them. I don't know if you can. But I'm going to punch those holes too. This is my lemon lime twist ombre ribbon that I love. So we're going to just thread our ribbon from the inside to the outside and tie a bow. So I've just tied it closed like this. We'll kind of trim off the edges of that ribbon. Look at that. Isn't that just fun? I love this size of box. My ribbon's kind of off to the edge. I don't know what the deal is with that, but that's okay. Now we're just going to put it on the top. Isn't that adorable? Look how fun. I'll show you how it folds flat. When you're not using it, you just, when you open it up, you can just fold it flat and store it in a file folder or a box, whatever you want. And then when you want to use it again, there you go. Just fold it down, put your flaps in, and tie it up like